What's good, y'all? See if I can. Y'all bear with me. I know my camera cut off yesterday, but my motto is everything is content. Kind of had a little moment just earlier. Word of the day. Let's see, word of the day. Let's do the clock. Word of the day. Man, y'all listen, there's so much shit that goes up in my head. It ain't even fucking funny, man. Well, there we go. There was a story I wanted to share with y'all. I got a lot of stories, but there was a story I wanted to share with y'all. Where do I even fucking begin is really the question. There's a promise I gotta keep to somebody I'm no longer talking to, but I've always been a firm. Y'all, if I get a little, it deals with emotion, and I don't like dealing with my emotions. So between me being sleepy and withdrawn and what the hell? Oh, okay. Between me being withdrawn and, me trying to, you got me and then you got emotion and we conflict. So I guess you could say I stifle with them or I conflict with them all the damn time, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna pick it out later. Yeah. There we go. Let my hair out. But there's a promise I gotta keep to somebody, and for some odd reason I was thinking about that promise. I think the reason why I was thinking about that promise because there are certain funds that I need to complete it, and I want to make sure I complete that promise by the end of this year. I'm a firm believer that when you say something, to somebody, if you, I don't know, I was raised that your word is your bond. So when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And the day that you don't do it, regardless of what happens, if you don't do it, your words no longer hold any weight. That may not be the right way of thinking, but I've learned to believe that. So if I've ever, those who know me know, yeah. If you know me, you know if I promise you something, I'm going to do it. Regardless of the stipulation, circumstances. If RJ tells you he's going to do something, he does it. That's I feel like I look better if I pick this shit out. I think that's whether it's a good, it could be a good trait, it could be a toxic, it's a trait that I have, and it's a powerful trait. It is a very powerful trait that I have. The very last piece that I needed so I could stream y'all. But this time I'm going to plug it going to plug it. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna plug it. I'm gonna plug it on the left side. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Now, for my switch, I wanted y'all to see me set this up. Y'all, this was literally all I needed to do everything else, I believe. Yep. So, let's see. I'm gonna figure it out later on, I promise. But, bam. Here we go. Come on now. What we doing? Okay. Y'all, that was literally all your boy needed to complete his Streamlabs. Let me see something. You can position the panel. So now my microphone works with my webcam, with my let's try this again. Testing. Okay. Record. Stop recording. Hold on. I'll figure this out later. But this was the final piece that I needed in order to whatever. So this was the final piece that I needed in order to be able to stream. And cool. Anyway, y'all bear with me. Y'all know I get sidetracked, but where was I at? I made a promise to somebody, and I'm the type, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I do it. Well, there's 2 promises I need to do. I'll get that in a minute. Don't y'all judge my doorbell. It's probably a package. Yeah, it's a package. But there's a promise I need to keep, and then there was a story I wanted to tell y'all how I was mentally taken back. There was this I remember I did a live about it, and I was reflecting on my life as a whole. I don't know what it was. One thing the genuine elders, the one thing I've always loved about our elders, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, just like the grandmas of the group. And I've come across some good elderly men and women. I don't really like to, I'm not going to put it to a specific race, but the reason why I'm bringing it up, the race factor, this woman was Hispanic. Didn't know me from a can of paint, to an extent. I'll say to an extent. But Man, I was mentally checked out bad. Work related. And she could see it. People who pay attention when your spirits, like, who know how to read energy and spirits, she could see it. Like my spirit was just it was gone. It was gone. But anyway, I'll plug that webcam into that as well. I'm gonna give y'all 20 minutes today. I try to, but I remember we were talking and she asked me, said, "How are you?" And I told her, I said, "Man, I'd be lying to you if I told you I was okay, cause I wasn't. I when I mean I got so mentally taken back, like in a sense I reverted back to like the mindset of a child, like when I would get like scolded or yelled at, spanked, or whatever. I've always been the type to just like go quiet. Like I go real quiet. But then again too, I don't know, man. I know I'm hard to read. I go quiet when I'm happy. I go quiet when I'm upset. I think my energy is just what tells on me. Anyway, I was taken back mentally, like just I was done. And I think there was a level of energy I had about myself where this elderly lady knew it. So we talked, and and she just started breathing life into me, man. I'm talking, she was telling me I was a good person. She told me to put it in God's hands. She told me, you know how these elderly ladies are, man. The genuine good. Like, again, that's probably somebody, she probably the favorite grandma somewhere. I know she is. At least I hope she is, because the way she was good to me. But anyway, I remember as she was talking to me, your boy really wanted to break down in tears and just cry. Because as she's telling me all these things, she took it to every level. Physically, mentally, spiritually. And in the back of my mind, I go, if I'm all these things you say I am. This is why I said, if I say this to her, I'm not gonna, ain't gonna, But if I'm all these things that you say I am, man, why is it that somebody like me, that what you just, this is why I said to myself, somebody like me, from what you described, is going through the most bullshit right now on a mental level. But I did not ask her that because I didn't want to. Well, I was raised a different way, especially, and that's probably good or bad in today's generation. I don't know, but you just, and I don't know. When somebody breathes life into you like that, you just don't shit on what they got to say. All I could do is just say yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But your boy really wasn't. He was. That was somewhat of a yawn and a sigh, y'all. But your boy was in a mental mind battle. She told me to keep my head up. I did. And the only reason I bring it up, I went back to that same store today to pick that up, and I was hoping I was going to run into her so I could tell her, like, ma'am, regardless if I believed in it or not, I want to say thank you for wishing all that good on me. Regardless if it was the truth or it wasn't, you. This is what I wanted to tell her today if I saw her, or when I see her in general. You did something for me because I was mentally checked out. There's another guy, and I've been trying to get him on my channel so I can interview him, but his name is Zeus, elderly guy in the fitness community. Like, when you see Big Zeus, y'all gonna be like, damn. But I remember one time when I went in the gym, I wasn't mentally gone, but I was angry. But I was withdrawn, and Uncle Zeus, at the time, he was the only one that noticed it. Like me, I go in the gym, and regardless of what y'all may see, goofy, funny energy, I do that as one of my, I think it's a healthy coping mechanism to go through to help me deal with the shit I go through on a daily basis. Now, mind you, we all got problems. We all going through shit. But it was just that day, Uncle Zeus pulled me to the side, and the same way that elderly lady said a prayer over me, Uncle Zeus said a prayer over me that day, and it was just like I said, God damn. Like, God, why am I? And I asked these questions. I was like, God, why am I on a physical, mental, and spiritual level? Why am I harboring these feelings? I do a lot of self-assessment. Like, am I weak? Am I meant to go through this? Like, depending on what I'm going throughout the day, because I deal with a lot. I deal with a lot of energy. I deal with a lot of different types of people. But it was just like, why does it seem like I gotta endure all the bad and negative aspects of people? But then again, too, you cannot control people. You can only control yourself. But at the same time, though, too, I firmly believe for some people who feel like they can just do whatever they want to you. For my young audience, don't take my advice. Do not take what I'm about to say. Don't take my advice. But taking a brick and hitting that he or she upside the head with it, I feel like that would make me feel good. Don't do that, y'all. For my young audience, I know I got a young audience sitting here. Don't. Retro Games didn't tell you to pick up a brick and beat nobody up with it. He didn't do that. It's a Friday reference, really. But I don't know, man. And I deal with my symptoms of the best way I know how. The only reason I say it like that, I didn't start actually giving them identifiers until I was told what I had. I think 2-3 years ago, you probably could have never convinced me I had anxiety, depression. I may have had the traits, but you couldn't convince me I had anxiety, depression, let alone PTSD. But with what I've been dealing with since I've been in the military and in life in general, it kind of makes sense, because I look at certain people and how they react to certain situations, and in my eyes, they're normal. But from the outside looking in, if you see how I handle shit, a lot, and I don't know if I said this in one video, but that's what I was saying. One friend said I was emotionally intelligent, and I'm thinking in my mind, bullshit, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm upset, I guarantee you going to know it. But man, I don't know. I really just wanted to see old lady and just say thank you. I think that's, and also another reason why I wanted to tell that story is about our genuine elders. The good one, and you still got some good ones. I know there are some elders, even to the youngins now, my age group, for some odd reason, they just so disgusted with us. That's something else I never understood. Like, how are you disgusted with the generation that you contributed to making? I don't know. I don't. That is something I never ever get. Like, you're mad at us, and you think we lost, and you think even worse of the generation after us. But at the same time, it was like, y'all were the ones who raised us like this. And what I mean by like this, not so perfect conditions or settings. Some of y'all probably really shouldn't even have been parents. But that's another layer to this onion. But I was hoping to see her again, because, again, regardless of what she said, whether it was true or not, she really, really helped my temperament. That was one of the things I thought about today. I thought about that promise. I'm going to bring it back to the word is bond thing. I thought about that promise I made heavy too, because, again, one of the things I told myself is, if I were to die, that would, me not keeping this promise to this particular person, I didn't want to live with that. I just didn't want to live with that. But I got obligations and shit to complete and fulfill, you know. Ain't no way in hell I went through another 10 minutes that goddamn fast, y'all. Ain't no way. But anyway, the word of the day, emotion. I'm pretty sure that's what I said earlier. Y'all know me, man. I just get on here and talk sometimes. But the word of the day is emotion. No, the word of the day is promises. I don't know what the word... Emotion and promises, man. That's the word of the day for me. I've been in mine a lot. I'm going to post another video later on tonight, y'all. Alright? Peace.